Hey, what's up guys, Full Frontage here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a recap video on day 6 of the bracket phase in the EU region of CCGS Fall. So we had some exciting games go down in the final day to qualify for phase 3 in the European region, and it was pretty stacked. We had a game in the first part of the finals. We had game 1 between Faye versus I'm Kevin, and Faye ran this old-time meta deck known as Log Bait. It has the key log targets: Goblin Barrel, Princess, and Goblin Gang. That's why it's called the Log Bait. The trick is to bait out your opponent's log and create good pushes, and that's exactly what Faye did to win himself game 1. In game number 2, Faye brought out this ultimate Three Musketeer deck that is known as a spell bait deck. If your opponent has Fireball, typically they aren't running Fireball and arrows, so your opponent has to choose whether they want to Fireball the Pump, the Minion Horde, or the Three Musketeers, and he used this absolutely perfectly, and he was able to get the win and move himself into the finals. So we have Faye in the finals, and then on the other side of the bracket, we had So King versus Jeppy. And So King ended up running Log Bait both times, and he came out victorious. His opponent was not able to adapt to the plays that So King was making, and he dominated into the semifinals and made his way to the finals, where in game 1, So King ran this deck right here. It is a Hog Mini P.E.K.K.A. Lightning deck. We've seen Hog P.E.K.K.A. Lightning. That deck was fairly popular during the Crown Championship Challenge, the 21 challenge that Clash Royale recently saw. But So King made it a little bit of a more cycle deck, and he went up against a Lava Hound deck, which actually fared pretty well. Typically, you can steamroll your opponents with Lava Hound, but So King played it so well that he was able to manage to squeeze out a victory in game number 1 against Faye with this deck right here. So you guys are probably asking, well, can we see this deck in action? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can, because he ran it again in game number 2. Alright guys, so we're going to start it off here with about 2 minutes left in the match. We see So King opts to lightning these 2 pumps here to make sure Faye does not get enough elixir value. So King knows that Faye has the 3 Musketeers, so he wants to make sure that he doesn't get the elixir pumping to make sure he can consistently apply pressure with the 3 Musketeers. That's exactly what you want to do when you're playing Hog Rider. Make sure your opponent cannot punish with 3 Musketeers. So we see an Ice Golem coming down to distract the Musketeers a little bit. One Musketeer does end up locking onto the tower, and the Musketeers do get a little bit of chip damage on the left-hand side, bringing that tower down to 1584. So Faye is looking pretty good. 30 seconds before we head into double elixir, the Bandit's going to come down, dash across the river, onto the Princess. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to come down to clean that up, and now So King ups the pressure with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Faye plays the Dark Prince and bats to counter the Mini P.E.K.K.A. but the Hog is still able to get 2 shots off on the tower, which is a pretty solid connection. If you're playing Hog Rider and you can constantly get 1 to 2 shots, you're making good plays. You're able to punish your opponent when he doesn't have the elixir to defend, and you're also keeping track of his rotation, but making him play things to defend the Hog Rider that he doesn't want to. Faye wants to be saving those Musketeers, or the Dark Prince, for a push with the Musketeers. And the Hog Rider is going to be coming in on the right-hand side here. We see the Hog Rider get 2 shots again, so that's what I'm talking about, guys. If you can get the Hog Rider to consistently connect with 2 shots, then you will win the game as long as you can defend. And the perfect timing on the defense here by the Ice Golem and the Minions and the Ice Spirit to freeze the Bandit and the Dark Prince as it's charging in to try to take down the Princess. We see So King start to just constantly cycle Princesses on the same side, pushing towards. The Ice Golem drops perfectly to predict the Bandit, and Ice Spirit jumps on to freeze it. We'll see a log come down here to knock that Dark Prince back, keep the Princess alive, so So King can punish again for yet another push. Ice Golem comes down to tank for the Dark Prince and the Bandit. The Minions are going to come down to get the DPS in that it needs. Zap goes down, takes care of the Minions, and we see a Hog Rider punish once again. The Ice Spirit's going to jump onto the Dark Prince, and the Hog again is able to connect for 2 shots. 2 shots with the Hog is definitely the magic number you guys want for some chip damage. And we see So King just constantly cycling units to make sure he always has an opportunity to punish. So Soking plays the Ice Golem. He plays the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Doesn't go to play Hog Rider, but Soking lightnings the 3 Musketeers and misses one. I was streaming this and I thought this was going to be the game that Soking missed one of the Musketeers. Soking opts to let the Musketeer get damage off on the left-hand side, and the Hog Rider connects for 1 shot. It is not Lightning Log away. That would bring it down to 354, and Lightning does 346. We see Soking start to defend on the left-hand side here with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Ice Spirit. Bandit dashes through. Ice Golem comes down just for a safety measure on the left-hand side, and now Soking is a Lightning Log away from victory, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He drops the Lightning, the Log comes in, and Soking is your Day 6 Bracket A champion. So guys, this is the deck that Soking was using in his match. He used it both matches, and it worked very well for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you guys tune in for some more CCGS recaps. I'm Full Frontage, and we'll see you guys in the next one.